Samsaradava nalalida loka kanaya karuna guna gunatvam. Paptasya kalyana gunaravasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nitya Gita Padicha Madhyam Manasura Sena. Romanchakam Pasutarangavajo Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Shri Vigrahara Dana Nichanana Shingaratan Mandira Majinado. Tasya Bhaktam Saniyunjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Chaturveda Shri Bhagavat Prasado Swadvana Chiptan Hari Bhakta Sangam. Hitaiva Chiptim Bhajata Sadeva Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Samsara Bhavana Lalida Loka Chanaya Karuna Guna Gunatram. Tasya Kalyana Gunaravasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Shri Radhika Madhavayurapara Padmiyadila Gularupanana. Prakshana Svatana Lolupasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Nikunjayuno Rati Kilisidhaya Jaya Divya Bhiksanina. Satarati Daksharati Balabhasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Rakshadari Chena Samasta Sasti Yuktasnata bhavya videva sami Sada Kintu prabhuya priya eva tasya Vande guru shri charanarvindam Yasha prasadam bhagavat prasadam Yasha prasadana katigatovi Dayam stutvam stasya yasasti sandam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Mama Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namah Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesa Sunyavadi Vaskatya Desatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasari Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasari Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Namo Rama Rama Hare Hare. Nitagora Haribo, 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 Nitagora Haribo, Nitagora Haribo. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama. Hare Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopala Govinda Ram Madhusudan. Gopala Govinda Ram Madhusudan. Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan. Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan. Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita. Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita. Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita. Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita. Shri Rupa Shri Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath. Rupa Shri Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath. Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath. Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath. Hare Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare. Haribo, Haribo, Gora Haribo, Nitya Gora Haribo, Nitya Gora Haribo. Tagore Premanandi ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parvajagachasta Saraswati Rishi Shimad, His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parvajagachasta Saraswati Rishi Shimad, His Divine Grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anantakoti Vaishnavindi ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem Sikho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Sam Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Shri Mayapura Dham ki jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Tulasi Devi ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Ganga Maya ki jai. Jamuna Maya ki jai. Samavela Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Patita Pavan ki jai. Gaur Premanandi Haribom. Palladala dadaine Palladala dadaine Hiranyakashipur Vaksaha Hiranyakashipur Vaksaha Silatanka Nakhalai Silatanka Nakhalai Ito Nisingha Parato Nisingha Ito Nisingha Parato Nisingha Ito Nisingha Parato Nisingha Jato jato jami tato nisingha Jato jato jami tato nisingha Bohi nisingha hidaye nisingha Bohe Nisingha Hidaye Nisingha Bohe Nisingha Hidaye Nisingha Narasingha Madim Saranam Prapade Narasingha Madim Saranam Prapade Tavakara Kamala Vare Nakha Adbhuta Singha Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bhinga Kesabadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Lalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bhinga Jayo Nisinghadev, 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 Jayo Nisinghadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. भक्ति विघ्न विनाशाय लक्ष्मण सिंह देव भगवान की, भक्तराज प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। जगन्नाथ गौसुतनाथ प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। Vishnu Bhakti Pradi Devi Satiratai Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tusidevai Priyaye Kesavasya Vishnu Bhakti Pradi Devi Satiratai Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tusidevai Priyaye Kesavasya Vishnu Bhakti Pradi Devi Satiratai Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tusidevi Maharani ki jai. Shri Krishna Prayasi Namo Namah. Radha Krishna Seva Baba Abhilasi. Radha Krishna Seva Baba Abhilasi. Tomar saranaloy salamachapunaoy. Kipakari karatare Vrindavanavasi. Morae Dina Krishna dase koi namo Shri Radha Govinda Preme Sadaya Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Tulsi Maharani Jaya Tulsi Maharani Jaya Tulsi Maharani Jaya Tulsi Maharani Devi Jaya Vrinda Devi Jaya Vrinda Devi Jaya Vrinda Devi Tulsi Devi Maharani ki Jai Vrindaye Tulsi Deva Piyaye Kesavasya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Paridevi Satirata Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tulsi Deva Piyaye Kesavasya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Paridevi Satirata Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tulsi Deva Piyaye Kesavasya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Paridevi Satirata Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tulsi Devi Maharani Ki Jai. O Tulasi, beloved of Krishna, I bow before you again and again. My desire is to obtain the service of Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. Whoever takes shelter of you has his wishes fulfilled. Bestowing your mercy upon him, you make him resident in Vrindavan. My desire is that you also grant me residence in the pleasure groves of Shri Vrindavan and Dham. Thus, within my vision, I will always behold the beautiful pastimes of Radha and Krishna. I beg you to make me a follower of the cowherd damsels of Vraja. Please give me the privilege of devotional service and make me your own maidservant. This very fallen and lowly servant of Krishna prays, may always from the love of Shri Shri Radha and Govinda, Tulsi Devi Maharani Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Siksastakam Ki Jai. Chetu Tarpanamarjanam Bhavamaha Devagni Nirvapanam Shedakairav Yatrika Vitaranam Vidya Vaduhu Jivanam Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratipadam Purnam Mitasvadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Saktis Tatra Pita Niyamitax Maranina Kala Etadrisita Vakripa Padavan Mamapi Dur Daivam Disisamiha Janina Nurada Kridada Pishani Chena Tura Pisahistana Amanina Manadina Kirtaniya Sadahari Nadanam Najanam Nasundarim Kavitam Va Jagadishikamaye Mama Janmani Janmani Sware Bhavatad Bhakti Rahai Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Chaitanya Siksastakam Ki Jai. Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. The Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large, because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, by the kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw on the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O Son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I fall into this ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love, flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your holy name? O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna is my Lord, and he shall remain so, even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord, unconditionally. Sri Chaitanya, Siksastakam Ki Jai. There are 10 offenses in the matter of chanting the holy names of the Lord that should be avoided, and they are as follows. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who dedicate their lives to propagating holy names of the Lord. 2. To consider names of demigods, like Lord Shiva or Lord Rama, to be equal to or independent names of Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the orders of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature in pursuance of the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna as imagination. 6. To give some interpretation on the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy name of the Lord. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities of karma kanda. 9. To instruct the faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have complete faith in the chanting of holy names and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions in this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must carefully guard against these 10 offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema. Now let us offer our most humble obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just like desired trees that can fulfill the desires of every mind, and they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vanchakalpa tirabhyascha kripa sindhubhyavach. Patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Vaishnava Thakur ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Namaste. Shrimad Bhagavatam, Granth Raja ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Janmadasya yato nivayad itaratas chartesu vigyaswarat. Tene Brahma Hidaya Adhika Vaye Muyanti Yat Surayaha. Tejo Varimidam Yata Vinimaya Yatra Tisargo Misha. Dam Nasvena Sada Nirasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. O my Lord, Shri Krishna, son of Vasudeva, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Shri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes, of the creation, sustenance, and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations. And he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion. As one is bewildered by the illusory representations of the material world. As one is bewildered by the illusory representations of water seen on fire or land seen on water. Only because of him do the material universes temporarily manifested by the reactions to the three modes of nature, appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Shri Krishna, who is eternally existent in a transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusory representations of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. Dharma projita kaitravotra paramo nimatsranam satam vedyam vastavam atra vastu shivadam tapatrayon mulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kimva Parer Ishwaraha Sadyo Hridya Avarudyate Tra Kriti Bihi Sususubhistakshanat. Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated. This Bhagavata Purana propounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Vyasadeva in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. Nigama kalpataro galitam phalam sukumukad amrita dravya samyutam pibata bhagavatam rasam alayam muhur aho rasika bhuvi bhavukaha. O expert and thoughtful men, relish Srimad Bhagavatam, the mature fruit of the desire tree of Vedic literatures. It emanated from the lips of Sri Sukadeva Goswami. Therefore, this fruit has become even more tasteful. Although its nectarian juice was already relishable for all, including the braided salt. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 11, verse number 24. Raja Margam Gate Krishne Dwarakaya Kulastriya Hamyanya Ruruhur Vipra Tad Ikshana Mahotsavaha. Translation. When Lord Shri Krishna passed over the public roads, all the ladies from the respectable families of Dwarka went up to the roofs of their palaces just to have a look at the Lord. They considered this to be the greatest festival. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. To have a look at the Lord is a great festive occasion, undoubtedly, as it was considered by the metropolitan ladies of Dwarka. This is still followed by the devout ladies of India, especially during the days of the Julana and Janmashtami ceremonies. The ladies of India still throng up in the greatest number at the temple of the Lord, where his transcendental eternal form is worshipped. The transcendental form of the Lord installed in a temple is not different from the Lord personally. Such a form of the Lord is called Archa Vigraha, or Archa, incarnation, and is expanded by the Lord by his internal potency, just to facilitate the devotional service of the innumerable devotees who are in the material world. The material senses cannot perceive the spiritual nature of the Lord, and therefore the Lord accepts the Archa Vigraha, which is apparently made of material elements like earth, wood, and stone. But actually there is no material contamination. The Lord being Kaivalya, one alone, there is no matter in him. He is one without a second, and therefore the Almighty can appear in any form without being contaminated by the material conception. Therefore, festivities in the temple of the Lord, as held generally, are like festivals performed during the manifestive days of the Lord of Dwarka about 5,000 years ago. The authorized acharyas, who know the science perfectly, install such temples of the Lord under regulative principles, just to offer facility to the common man. But persons who are less intelligent, without being conversant with the science, mistake this great attempt to be idol worship and poke their nose into that which they have no access. Therefore, the ladies or men who observe festivals at the temple of the Lord just to have a look at the transcendental form are 1,000 times more glorious than those who are non-believers in the transcendental form of the Lord. It appears from this verse that the inhabitants of Dwarka were all owners of big palaces. This indicates the prosperity of the city. The ladies got up on the roofs just to have a look at the procession and the Lord. The ladies did not mix with the crowd on the street, and thus their respectability was perfectly observed. There was no artificial equality with man. Female respectability is preserved more elegantly by keeping the women separate from the man. The sexes should not mix unrestrictedly. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So Prabhupada makes a very important statement here. There was no artificial equality with man. Well, when it says with man, that's including the whole set of males. If it said with men, then it's less powerful statement. When it says with man, that means all men. So it's very interesting, the way he phrased that. And then also, this idea of no artificial equality. So the word artificial is very important. You cannot equate all women and all men. When the idea of artificial equality is there, it means that it implies that there are some women who are, let's say, on an equal footing with advanced men. But you cannot equate all women on equal footing. Well, equal footing on what basis? That's the whole issue. It's not on the basis of physical strength. It's not on the basis of, let's say, being a soldier in a battle or something like that, but on the basis of spiritual qualification. That is what's being strongly implied here. So women can be equal in devotion with men, but not necessarily in every other, let's say, activity. So, therefore, the word artificial is used to artificially make women equal to men in all respects. So, then, in the same way, you can't equate all men as being equal artificially. Some people are more intelligent, some people are less intelligent. But on a spiritual level, everyone has the same potential if they're willing to be trained. Or at least most people have the same potential if they're willing to be trained. So here we see Prabhupada's careful choice of words so that there's no misunderstanding. But of course, if people just read real quickly, they don't see these points. So they would today the ability, like for example, when Gandhi named the low class people Harijans. Well, everyone is the child of God, that's for sure, but that doesn't make them all equal in every aspect of life. And but they all have the ability or the possibility of being elevated spiritually if they're willing to be trained. So you can't just, this is called rubber stamping. You can't just simply rubber stamp everyone as being equal. There's no such thing as everyone is equal materially, but everyone is equally related to the Lord and has an eternal relationship with the Lord and can revive that relationship if they're properly trained. Everyone, meaning not every human being who's willing to be trained, there is a great possibility. But not everyone is equal. You know, some people are tall, some people are short, some people are very strong, some people are weak, some people have good health, some people don't have good health, some people are very intelligent, some people are not so intelligent. You know, in a material sense, there's no question of equality, but in a spiritual sense, there is a possibility of it if there is proper training and education. Unfortunately, today the educational system is junk, and it just keeps people in a state of wanting to be rubber stamped rather than to be qualified. So the other thing here is about worship of the Lord. The Lord, there's no difference between the deity of the Lord and the Lord himself. Why? Because the Lord is absolute in all circumstances. However, for people who have material desires, they can't see that. They see only, when you talk about a deity, they just see a statue. And even Hindus, they always refer to the deities as idols. Have you noticed that? Huh? Yeah, they said, are the idols open now? You know, very few people actually refer to them as deities. Well, because they've been brainwashed by the British and educational system to think that everything material is only material. But actually, everything material is actually spiritual. It's Krishna's inferior spiritual energy. And there is a difference between an idol and a deity. What is the difference? First of all, bona fide deities are made or sculpted according to the description in the Shastra. And secondly, there is a pran pratishtha ceremony where the deity is invited to reside in the sculpted or painted or built form. And 3, the worship is on a high level. It's not like, once a year you offer a fresh flower to the deity. The rest of the time there's just plastic flowers. Or once a year you have a ceremony where you do Aarti. Or once a year you offer some food to the deity. So if you do something like that once a year, that's an idol. But the deity is real, and there's no difference between the deity and the Lord. So there's service with devotion, dedication, and love. So then, okay, let's say someone makes a deity of Hitler or an idol of Hitler, and they're worshiping it every day. Is there a difference between the deity, so-called deity or idol of Hitler, and idol or deity of Krishna? Yes. First of all, Hitler's body and Hitler are different. Krishna's body and Krishna are non-different. So that's one major difference. Krishna's body is never subject to deterioration. Krishna's body never deteriorates. In fact, it always increases in beauty and strength and so forth. And there's a reciprocation between the deity and the devotee. What is the reciprocation? The devotee who is sincere about serving becomes purified over time. Do you become purified by worshiping an idol of Hitler? No. If anything, you get more contaminated. So there are people who are worshiping Hitler. You have the neo-Nazis, right? But their hatred, disdain, disrespect only increases over time. Whereas a devotee who sincerely worships the deity of Krishna, they become more and more purified, and their behavior is the mark of their advancement. So there are marked or stark differences between worshiping an idol and worshiping the deity. In fact, usually worshiping an idol is not really worship. It's just offering some kinds of oblations to an idol. But worshiping the deity is a specific thing with definite, let's say, signs of advancement that takes place if one is sincere and accepts to be instructed. So it says that people throng still, especially women, in the greatest number at the temple of the Lord in these big festivals like Jula and Yatra and Janmashtami in India, where his transcendental form is worship. The transcendental form of the Lord installed in a temple is not different from the Lord personally. Such a form of the Lord is called Archa Vigraha or Archa Incarnation, and is expanded by the Lord by his internal potency just to facilitate the devotional service of his innumerable devotees who are in the material world. The material senses cannot perceive the spiritual nature of the Lord, and therefore the Lord accepts the Archa Vigraha, which is apparently made of material elements like earth, wood, and stone, but actually there is no material contamination. The Lord being Kaivalya, one alone, there is no matter in him. He is one without a second, and therefore the Almighty Lord can appear in any form without being contaminated by the material conception. So, what is exactly this material conception? That is to see things separate from Krishna. That's the material conception. And in the material conception, there's a whole number of points, but the main point is that one sees things independent of Krishna or separate from Krishna. And that helps, that promotes the material conception of life, of seeing only matter and not seeing spirit. and considering that one can exploit and enjoy matter independent of God. And one is not obliged to offer anything to God. In fact, one doesn't believe there's God. There are many points to the material conception of life. But when a person has a spiritual conception of life, then they engage joyously in festivities in the temple, and they have great respect and reverence and devotion for the deity. Therefore, they will go out of their way to give up sense gratification and employ all their energy in the service of the Lord. So there are many signs of the difference between idol worship and deity worship. And then Prabhupada says, but persons who are less intelligent, without being conversant with the science, may mistake this great attempt to be idol worship and poke their nose into that which they have no access. So this poke your nose, being, in other words, another way of saying it is being officious. They think that they can make comments about deity worship. Like, for example, that's just idol worship, and it's for sentimental people who are less intelligent, and blah, blah, blah. They make all these types of statements that's like poking your nose into something that you have no right or no access to due to ignorance. So the real sign that there's a deity and not an idol is the enthusiasm of the devotees to see the deity and serve the deity. That's what makes the main difference. And here we see how enthusiastic the respectable families of Dwarka were, and especially the ladies, to have darshan of Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes, sniffing someone's butt.